Out to get the perfect recipe. Tell them they below, not next to me. I dare them try to question me. Toss the coin up, calling it head, cause that's what I'm aiming for. Your whole quality's dead. I was built from strong threads. Watch my working just like COVID-19. It's gonna be a tough spread. Now I got your attention. Let's switch dimensions. I think they need me in this competition. Thanks to influences, it's my ambition. Also envision my path, so I complete the mission. Yeah, I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. I'll say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best.
Last House Mix.
Welcome to the last sip, baby. It's your boy McMahons, aka Motivational Muscle. This is the last sip. That theme song was entitled Tribe Vibes. Look them up on YouTube. Before I get started, as I always do, I'm here to let you know that I never spill the tea, but I do take the last sip. Now, as you can see right now, I don't got my agua with me because I want to jump into today's shows. I have some very important things to get into. So I want to say also, if you get a chance to, follow me or subscribe on YouTube at Motivational Muscle 74. That's muscle spelled M-U-Z-C-L-E 74. And also at Facebook, your boy Ontario Hill, blue verified checkmark. That's right, aka Motivational Muscle. Got some things going on. Today's show, now you know I don't have no sponsors, so I'm going to do something special today. Today's show is going to be brought to you on behalf of my cousin Coco Rocket in the Quad Cities. Coco Rocket specializes in them dinner plates, y'all. Them breakfast plates, them lunch ones too. You want it, she got it. Grits, fish, hey, she got the snow crab. I just seen her put a plate out with some gumbo on there, baby. Hey, you need it all. Greens, turkey necks, oxtails. Coco Rocket is where it's at. Y'all hook her up in the Quad Cities. Get a plate. Also, I'm coming out strong for my boy Justin Tacos. That's right, Justin Tacos in the Quad Cities. This young man shows what perseverance and motivation and a little bit of ingenuity can get you. He got his own food truck now. I think he got over there in Moline, if I ain't mistaken, or Rock Island, but I know it's over there in Illinois side of the Quad Cities. But y'all check him out. This gave you two bomb places to eat. I'll be coming back to the Quad Cities in August. I'm telling you now, I'm doing food reviews, so be on the lookout. Coco and Justin, I'm popping you. That's right. Give them a round of applause for them two people doing their thing. Let's get the show started. Well, like I said, this season's a little bit different. You like the new theme, the new background. I don't spill tea, but I let the kettle boil over a little bit. And right now, I got some great stories for you today. I'm going to break it off for you. Now, my first subject of the evening is going to be breaking news. And so what I did was I went and I decided I had to have a subject for this. So the subject I chose to talk about was 3 places you should be safe at, but the weirdest things happen. These are 3 breaking news stories from the last month that maybe you haven't heard of. You know, that's what I do here in the last sip. I bring you stories you might not have heard of, but it's important for you to know what's going on out there in your community and the area around you. So with the first story, let's get it going. Story number 1. Now, this occurs at a grocery store. 32-year-old Bianca Ellis of North Olmsted, Ohio, that goes Ohio again, has recently got herself in trouble. She went into the parking lot of a Giant Foods and stabbed a 3-year-old and his mother. No apparent reason, no motivation. We don't even know if the two were linked and connected. The bad thing is the son by the name of Julian Wood, the 3-year-old, was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. Y'all, the young man was out shopping with his mother. 3-year-old. Could you imagine being out with your baby, 3 years old, and you at the grocery store getting groceries, and this happens? The lady had no motivation for why she did it. No motive, no ulterior motive, just a senseless crime. Here's the kicker about this. Giant Food went ahead and closed. It's Giant Eagle Grocery. I want to apologize to Giant Foods. It's Giant Eagle Grocery in North Olmsted, Ohio. Giant Eagle closed the door on that after that happened. Here's the funny thing. Not funny, but here's the thing that's weird. Exactly a year to the date, this was the anniversary of a murder-suicide in that same parking lot. Ohio, what are y'all doing? You already got enough trouble out here. You look bad on some situations, but to have this going on, and then in this precise city, I don't know where North Olmsted is. I don't know what part of Ohio, if it's outside of Cincinnati, I couldn't tell you. But for the fact you had something like this happen again, almost a year to the date of a murder-suicide, it begs to differ. What is really going on? What kind of mindset do you have to do something like this? Not only is this mother grieving because she's still in the hospital hurt herself. They don't even know the extent of her situation. So with her trying to recover and deal with that, she has to deal with her son who just passed away at the hospital on arrival. There is no applause button. There's no cheer button. There is no button on this soundboard, this sound card, that can come behind this. Because there has to be justice. You think you safe going to the grocery store to get food for you and your baby. You take your baby with you. And you have this happen. America, we got to be careful. We can't come back from this. And I always say this same thing to the lady, to Bianca Ellis. What are you thinking? Place number 2. School. In Philly, 26-year-old Kiera Lee was detained for providing young children with vapes, e-cigarettes, marijuana, I'm talking about the flower, and the edibles. And the sick thing about it was she was a school crossing guard. At the school, she was a crossing guard. The safety walker. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all know them. They get to school for anybody else. They hold the sign up. They stop the traffic so the babies can get across the street right there in front of the school or maybe a block from the school. She was giving these young children between the ages of 14 and 10 nicotine items, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and vapes. The story gets worse than that, y'all. She kept in contact with a 14-year-old girl to ask the girl how was the effects of the edibles and the marijuana she was giving her. It gets worse. This young lady, Kiera Lee, also was a volunteer at the local community rec center. So this woman working around your kids, y'all. This is somebody that works at the school, helping your babies across the street. This is somebody that volunteers at the community rec center to make sure your children have a safe place to go. And she is the predator. Y'all, what is up with our society? Why do we do things? Why do we have people like this that we let slip through the cracks all the time? We want to sit back and we want to fine-tooth comb everything going on. You check a resume for somebody working at McDonald's, but you let this type of person, this type of predator work around your children? See, the thing that gets me is, I'm going to keep it real. It's the thing of man versus woman. A lot of these jobs a man not supposed to hold, a man is not supposed to hold because society says no. We don't want no man being a crossing guard with our little girls and little boys walking across the street. We don't want no man working in no daycare. We really don't want no man teaching a bunch of girls or young citizens growing up in society. But then half the time this stuff is being committed by other women. Yeah. So let's keep it real. Females are predators too. Let's not just blame it on the fellas. Females are predators too. They come in both shapes and forms, female and male. Being a predator and being a criminal is equality. There is no shape, color, race, or nothing in it. Or sex. It's if you're a criminal, you're a criminal. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. With that being said, they have somebody like this at the school, and y'all need to go online when y'all see her. Y'all, she's a little person. And what I mean by being a little person, no disrespect. She ain't no taller than maybe 4 feet. She looks like one of the kids that she's helping across the street. And maybe it was 14 old kids bigger than her. So I'm thinking to myself when I saw her, I'm just gonna keep it real. As I stated before when I had Audrey Freshmarter Merritt on, we're talking about the difference between psychological makeup and physical makeup. The thought processes are different. Think about this. This lady probably did because of society, probably feel more comfortable with the kids because she literally looked like one of the kids. So, to Kiara Lee, what are you thinking? Now, y'all, this last story broke my heart. Because what you saw when I posted the titles, the headlines for today, I said, to cry with anger. That was the label I put up for this. Now I'm going to tell you why. Because these stories are places that you would think you'd be safe at. And for these things to happen, it makes you want to cry. But at the same time, it brings an anger out of you. To know that you can't go to the grocery store, you can't send your kids to school, and things like this happen. So you would think the safest place to be is at home with your family. In the words of David Chappelle, wrong, wrong. Last story, home. Knoxville, Tennessee, 6-week-old Azura Mansour was laying in his baby crib, sleeping, when he was viciously attacked by the family's husky. The husky attacked him so bad that she unlived the little baby. 6 weeks old. The dog had no history of violence, biting anyone, none of that. From what's being said, the dog is in the pound and is going through a 10-day bite quarantine. There are no future players who understand to euthanize, is that what they call it, euthanize, to decease the dog. That's what I said. What? You have people out here that will argue with you about how animals' life is more important than humans. Or they'll argue with you about how they like animals more than people. I have no beef with that. If that's what you prefer, so be it. But I cannot sit back in all good conscience and watch somebody like Michael Vick go to prison for dog fighting, but then have a dog bite and kill a 6-week-old baby and get a pass. I know it's an animal. We don't have no animal court, none of that. Understand that. I understand the animal might not have thought what it was doing, but for the fact that an animal, a husky, literally got into the baby's crib and bit the baby to the point where the baby no longer lived. Y'all, just listen to what I just told you. 6-week-old children, bodies are not stable. Their brain, when you have them that young, you have to rub their heads down to mold the skull. Could you imagine the pressure that a grown husky had when it bit this baby, it literally deceased and unalived this baby. 6-week-old. The baby had no chance to fight. I'm asking another question. And yes, people are going to get mad at me for saying this. So I might get some crickets when I say it. Or some crows. But I'm going to come with the gun smoke right now. Yeah. I'm going to come with the gun smoke. Because it takes a ding, 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 ding to make you think. Stand up and applaud the next comment, because I'm finna come with the fire. What were the parents doing? What were the parents doing? I don't know about you, but the way I am with my kids right now, I'm overprotective with my granddaughter. I would never leave my baby. I don't understand this. I see this all the time. People leave pets in the room with kids when they leave out. I come from a era where the old generation was funny about cats being around babies. They said that cats will steal the baby's milk out the baby's mouth. I'm from a generation where we were funny about sticking your hand near a dog when the dog was feeding. So you know for dang heck we ain't leaving no dog or cat in the room with a baby when we leave the room. When you leave the room with your baby that young, when you leave the room, you're supposed to take the animal out and close the door. See, we see all these stories and we see all of these ads and commercials and stories of the animals and pets that save little young children. But you don't see these. This is not just a rare occurrence, people. The only time this stuff actually happens, matter of fact, you know how I am, I go on a rabbit hole. Don't get me to digging because I can find 20 million stories like this. Just this one caught my eye because the baby was 6 weeks old, y'all. So these stories happen all the time where we have animals. That's the matter of fact, I just watched the story where a guy took his daughter on a safari. The daughter was in the back seat holding a bag of peanuts. The giraffe went to grab the peanut from her, unknowingly snatched up the girl too, and dropped the girl as he was dropping the bag of peanuts. And the mother was in the back of the truck that happened to catch her. Is it an accident? Yes. Should have been allowed to happen? No. Because number one, you should have been holding your child. Number two, if I'm on a safari of some type, number one, I'm in a cave safari. I don't get down with animals like that. Let's keep it 100% real. And number two, if you know you are feeding an animal that is not domesticated, there are certain rules and regulations to how you go about doing that. And the fact that your daughter got snatched and almost got dropped down could have been something very tragic. You're blessed that nothing happened. You better be thanking God. I don't get it. The stories I just gave you were at a grocery store, a school, and at a home. These three areas are places that should be some sense of safety for you or someone connected to you in your family. And they were not. Because we have predators out here, irresponsible adults, people that don't think with sane or think with sanity regardless. And we are trying to control situations that are not to be controlled by men all the time. Everything is not made to be domesticated. You know how bad I want an animal and a dog, but since I have an autistic granddaughter, I can't get one. Not because they say I can't, but I know how she is. I know my child. I know how sporadic she is when she makes movements to move. And as being a pet owner before, having animals, they react to that type of stuff. Yeah, like I said, you see the videos and the pictures and the movies and all the stuff where the animals are playing with the kids. The animals are, oh my God, here the kid goes again. And they lay there. But there are actual animals that aren't like that, but they don't show that stuff on TV. They don't show that because they don't want you to have that fear of an animal attacking your child. But cases like this happen all the time. It's probably 2 or 3 happen today. You'll never know because you got to dig them up and look. They won't tell you. Everything that's created has a killer instinct, has a survival instinct, has an instinct of make sure I can preserve myself. Every single living being created has that inside of them. Be it animals, be it a person. Heck, we animals ourselves, it's been as it has been told. The environment itself. So before you think you're safe anywhere, check your surroundings, check what's around you, and check who's with you. Y'all got an extra story I want to add on because there was something that went down that was kind of irritating to me. And it kind of hit me because I've seen people talk about it, but I figured I'd talk about it too because I'm going to give the last sip contemporary commentary on it. If like that's the road, if you will. Now, I'm going to send a shout out to Heavenly Arms Learning Center in Omaha, Nebraska. So to you, Heavenly Arms Learning Center, Nebraska, here's a shout out. It's a learning center that helps those who are underprivileged and helps those who need help in education, just anything in the neighborhood. Well, I don't know if you heard this story. If you did, get in my inbox, let me know. I will send this out to you as well before I continue. If you have any comments, any commentary, you want to just get online and speak, ask questions, or have something to say to the fans, call me on the BrewLine at 501-259-6788. It is always open. Email me at Yahoo at Motivational Muscle. Don't forget the motivational spell regular. Muscle, MUZCLE at yahoo.com. Now, Heavenly Arms Learning Center decided to have some type of giveaway, an event to bring people closer together. Well, the rapper T-Rell, who everybody knows is a social media creator, he's a rapper, he finally got up because he's been doing it for a while. People know who he is now. If you heard his music, he's got talent. He can sing. He does that little singing, flowing type of thing. The boy got skill. Now, I don't listen to his music like that, but I know who he is, and I ain't going to hate. T-Rell got talent. T-Rell goes out for this giveaway and decides, you know what? I'm going to give back to the community. T-Rell is a guy who wears designer stuff, but he keeps it 100% real. T-Rell will also show you that he goes to Walmart. He'll go to a little foot shoe store, whatever. He'll get the lowest brand stuff and show you how to flex it to look like you really got something. And for that, I applaud him. Because he's what we call keeping it real. Well, T-Rell went out and decided he was going to get some equipment and shoes and stuff for kids. He went ahead and went out and he went to the Walmart and picked up 300 pair of shoes. He paid over $1,000. He took them to this event and he gave them out to all the kids that were there. Now, some of the kids came to the event, they didn't even have shoes. But he made every kid that came to that event left with a pair of shoes. Do you know that he got so much feedback and blast from the shoes being from Walmart? It's ridiculous. Baller Alert, Baller, B-A-L-L-A, Alert, got on his Instagram and posted a post about who should he have did better than his Walmart shoes. Listen here. Number one, y'all didn't buy nothing. This man went out of his own pocket, asked nobody for no money, no help, and went and got shoes for kids that didn't have no shoes. He went out and did something that a lot of people don't do. They talk a lot of game, but don't do nothing. They talk big, but don't do nothing. He went out and got shoes for all these kids and made sure everybody was settled in. They had the nerves to get mad because he didn't buy the expensive shoes. Here's a news flash for you. Since all y'all out here want to talk about it, why don't y'all put y'all money together and go buy all the kids' Nikes? Because I know all y'all got $6,000 to $10,000 sitting around so y'all can buy shoes for these babies, like he did. That is an issue. He took an act of love that he wanted to show and made sure these kids had something. But then people out here that don't do nothing got an attitude about the situation. You know what I got to say? If you didn't buy nothing, don't say nothing. I'm not going no more further than that. I'm leaving that where it is. Okay, y'all. My second subject today is about the election. In the words of LaBelle Crawford, who you might be voting for in this year's election. I'm going to sit here and do something different that nobody's done yet. I'm going to bring comedy to some candidates. Actually, only to two candidates. You know who I'm going to pick on. I'm going to talk about Biden, and I'm going to talk about Trump. Now, I'm only going to focus on one issue with both of them. And my issue with why it's hard to choose who to vote for. We're going to start with old Jiggling Joe. We're going to start with Jiggling Joe. If you choose Joe Biden as president, I'm scared because I'm afraid he might fall asleep at the helm. He don't speak well. He don't walk well. And he don't think well. That man needs some Alzheimer's medicine, a bell tone, a hot toddy, a hot glass of milk, a blanket, and a teddy bear need to be put to bed. Yo, I'm so afraid this man gonna mess around one day and fall asleep. He gonna be like, well, sir, right now we got a situation going on. What should we do? Y'all messing with him. He been a mess around, fell asleep and hit the button, just nodding off. Bam, just boo, the whole world gone. Start a whole nother war. Because he can't seem to keep himself awake. He's horrible when it comes to remembering policy. He's horrible doing debates. How you going to sit and want to debate Trump when you can't even talk right half the time as it is? Then on top of that, you don't remember nothing. Y'all, could you imagine this dude being a pastor at your grandpa's funeral? And he had to get a eulogy and he dropped the paper somewhere and forgot what he was supposed to say? So with that being said, Geriatric Joe, I don't know. Then, woo! We got your man. Tremendous Trump. Now, or should I call him Testimony Trump? Or should I call him Truant Trump? Or should I call him Leaving Money on the Desk Trump? All I'm going to say is this. Here's my one issue with him. 34 counts. Guilty. And all 34 are felonies. Here's my issue. Now you know the legal system works. If you have a felony, you are not allowed to vote in any state. So I'm thinking to myself, he can't run for president. He got 34 felonies. Proven guilty on every last one of them. What they gonna do? They come out with this rule that says he still can run for president. He just can't vote for himself. Let me ask y'all a question, be for real. Don't play me. If that had been any other personnel that did that, you think they'd have let them still run for president? Do y'all think Obama could have did that and ran for president? Nope. You think Bush could have did that and ran for president? Nope. I just don't know. The whole situation is full of it. There is no way in the world you're going to tell me that you're allowed to be a criminal. 34 felony counts, guilty on every last one now, and still run for president. All I can say is, thank God we live in the USA. Well, y'all, my last subject is going to be, it's all good in the hood. I had to sit back and do some thinking about some things I missed about being a youngster. And I thought about, y'all, we was young. There were some things that we did and we had going on that was kind of illegal, but they was fun. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of things I miss, things I did, and things I loved about the hood that sometimes I wish would come back. Number one, paper food stamps. See, we got these EBT cards, y'all. And in the hood, you know how we get down. Exchange, help the other man out. Y'all know what we do. We ain't gonna go there. Nowadays, these cards, man, you use them, you go to the store, they empty, that's about it. You get the food with them, that's all. When we was kids, we loved the paper ones. You know why? I'll give you a small little tale. My uncle one time needed some cigarettes, and he didn't have no money to get no cigarettes. He was out of change. But he had 5 paper food stamps. He gave one to me, my sister, my brother, my cousin, and my other cousin. With the exact instructions. Yo, listen here. When you go to the store, I want you to go in there and buy you something for a quarter and bring me back the change. We didn't care. We didn't think it was illegal. We kids. He buying us snacks. We go right to the SA. If you're from Davenport, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Davenport, baby. We go to the SA. And back then, 25 cents, get you a pack of them cookies and some now laters. If you don't want the cookies, you buy 2 or 3 pack of now laters. There's only a dime. Box of lemon heads, box of cherry clan, Alexander the Great, Boston baked beans, something like that. Back then, when you would go ahead and take the dollar food stamp and break it with a quarter, they give you back actual money for change. We took that back to our uncle. After 4 of us or 5 of us did it, he had $4. Guess what? Back then, cigarettes might only cost you $2. You got the cigarettes and the beer. Boom, that was it. And that's why we need to bring back paper food stamps. Second thing about the hood I miss. Holidays. Especially, specifically, Thanksgiving and 4th of July. During them times, you got with your family, all your moms, your uncles and everything, you went to your big mama house or grandmama house. Table laid out. Everybody got something that they done made. You play with your cousins all day long. You eat the holiday meal. And then the fun started. Because all the adults would want to go out. So guess what? Grandma got a whole living room floor full of 20 kids. That's right. We was going to lay the smack down all night long. Ding dong ditch. Hide and go seek. Staying out till late night. Playing jump rope. Water gun fights. Pillow fights. Your grandma was too old to do anything. So you just misbehaved the whole time. You had fun, and you might get that, hey, y'all better lay down there. She wasn't going to do nothing. And then if she did do something to come down and whoop you, it'd be that soft whoop, you know what I'm talking about. That belt, it's all limp because she ain't got no strength. Don't make me come back down here. Yeah. And not to mention, let's go back. Does anybody remember that pan? I ain't going to say, y'all remember that pan? The one that had the flakes, the gray looking flakes. It was black and grayish with the flakes on it. Oh, it had the best roast and dressing. Oh my God. Best ribs, best meatloaf. Whatever she cooked in that thing, it had the seasonings already connected to it, so you was going to eat good the whole time. Bring that back. The next thing, y'all. You see, I had to stop because it got me reminiscing, feeling sad to myself. Treat/snack houses. You be out all summer day with your friends, or even after school, play at the park. You had that one friend, you go to their house, knock on the back door. Their mama had that door that had the double thing, or the screen door that had the double thing with the top open, but the bottom stay closed. Open it up, or right down the door, she got a sign. Cookies, 25 cents. Freeze cups, 15 cents. Brownies, popcorn balls. Oh. Y'all, the days of them snack houses. You be out all weekend, and if you was like me and my little cousins when we was like little, this was back in the early 80s, 70s, we collect cans. Don't act like y'all don't collect cans. Back then, cans was something. Cans was about something. We collected cans. You collect them cans and disperse them suckers back to the grocery store, wherever you need to go. Have a handful of change, run right to the freeze cup house or the treat house. Penny Tootsie Rolls, Chico Sticks, peanut butter logs, Zag Nuts. Freeze cup, you remember? Take a freeze cup, flip it upside down, all the juices on the bottom. Come on now, y'all. Them days were special, man. We ain't got them days like that no more. Them days is gone and past because now you can't trust nobody no more with your kids. You can't trust nobody no more in society because you got so much nasty people out here, so many negative people that's trying to poison everybody. Yeah. Man, sleepovers in the summertime, birthday parties in the backyard, sleepovers, trick-or-treating. Man, when we was young, trick-or-treating had it wasn't like it was today. Trick-or-treating back then, you get your boys and friends together, you mess around and find a neighborhood with the big candy bars. You knew you couldn't go to some neighborhoods because the light went on. They weren't going to do nothing for you. But you go to the right neighborhood, jackpot, whole bag full. I couldn't stand a bag snatcher. After I done worked all day, you come and snatch my bag. I don't do that. I'm sorry, I worked too hard for this candy. I will knuckle up about my candy. That's right. You mess around, catch a flawless victory. I don't play that. I don't play that about my candy. And y'all last but not least, the original traveling gang, bicycle gang, and the fun house. Do y'all remember how you found your friends back then with no cell phone, with no pager, none of that? This for all that. How you find your friends? Whichever house had the most bikes in the yard. And you knew who bike was whose. You didn't have to have no license plate. It's like we had cars. You can, oh man, Johnny them over there. How you know? Man, that's Johnny Red Diamondback. I know his bicycle. Oh, that's Phillips BMX with the high seat on it. Come on, man. And that is that. It was always that one house where the mom and dad was cool as heck. They son had all the video games, all the toys, all the snacks. Everybody be over there. You didn't have to ask to stay the night. Like, Mom, Billy's staying over. Like, what? How you 50 kids? What y'all doing? Then nobody cared. All the kids stayed over. All the kids. Yard full of bikes. And everybody knew where to go. Then you have a little break where you couldn't go there for 2 or 3 days. Either they was out of town or the mom had to clean the house and she didn't want to deal with nobody. Guess what? Be right back over there. Whole yard full of bikes. But that's when it was all good in the hood. Hey, y'all, and thank y'all tonight for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, if you watch me on YouTube and Facebook and you ever have a situation where the feed goes down, I'm still going on the other channel, man. Sometimes, I don't know, it does that. We ain't going to worry about that, though. We're going to keep the party going. So I got too much invested in this. Y'all, the book is on the way. This month, the LLC is going up with the website. I got that going. The book, A Man in a Broken Glass, is on the way. Also, y'all, got an announcement to make. Let me go ahead and get some behind that. I've just been informed by my old coach that he reached out to me, and you guys, I'll be going back to wrestling training. I'm not talking about Olympic style, none of that Greco-Roman. I'm talking about straight WWE, AEW, independent, in-your-face wrestling. Here's the thing, though. I'm a little bit older. I still keep myself in shape. I ain't got the world's greatest knees, but I'm going to give it a shot, man. If I can't wrestle, I'll manage. But that's on my agenda. I'm a man of many different hats and flavors. Back, call me Mr. Baskin Robbins. Call me Baskin Robbins. Baskin Robbins. So I want to thank y'all, man, for looking out. Send a shout out to my son, True Justice. Another shout out to my son, Untitled, man, for the theme song. I want to say thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. You guys have been amazing. I can't complain about anything. I love the way you guys follow me. I love the way you guys have respect for me. The way you guys just seem to look out, man. Y'all always here when I need you. Y'all always on the feed when I need you. You guys is important, man. I wouldn't be me without you. You know that. And so I like the way you guys, hey, I want to say something. Since I came back, my last video is my second most viewed video since I've been doing this, man. I've been at this game for 10 years, and y'all just making it so special for me, man. Gotta let y'all know, too, also next week I will be down in the ATL area, so I'll be doing live podcasts from there. I'll be doing a couple of food samples, man. You know what I'm saying? Taste tests, taste reviews. Y'all get a chance to subscribe to my Facebook channel. I got exclusive content just for you, man. 99 cents a month exclusive, you know what I'm saying? I got you. Big ups to everybody that sent love, and shout out to everybody that's been there from day one. Remember, I always tell you, it's not the quantity, but it's the quality. And I want to say to y'all, much love and peace.
Of all the pain and the stress, say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. Say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best. I'll never rest, regardless of all the pain and the stress. I'll say it with my chest, I was destined to be the best.